Hello everyone, this is a video tutorial for your 1-point design project. You guys just finished your 1-point boxes, and so we're going to continue along with that same type of theme, and we're going to continue learning, exploring blending modes, blending options, styles, adjustment layers, and then this will be the first time that you'll be introduced to the point of reference point, which is something that is in your transform tool that we're going to look at, and it's sort of fun to use. Okay, so anyway, so you guys have the instructions on your tables in the classroom, and then you have this in Google Classroom if you want to come back and refer to it. Just make sure that you check out the requirements. It says that you must have a correct 12-box radial design, which I'm going to show you how to do. You need to duplicate your design 2 more times, giving you 3 separate design layers. You need to use your transform tool to scale up and down, 1 small, 1 medium, 1 large. And then you need to use blending modes, blending options, styles, and adjustment layers. And all these things that you're going to be experimenting with, getting to know better, are all going to be on that end of the year final. So I'm just trying to have you learn and get to know them a little bit more before we get into complicated designs. Okay, so anyway, this is the paper instructions, and now I'm just going to go ahead and show you how to do this. So you can see I already made a bunch of designs for you to look at. So we can look at all these, and literally every single one has something unique, different with it. So it's really fun to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started right away. File, let's go ahead and go File, New. Go ahead and make it the same measurement as your last project. So you're going to do 14 inches wide, 12 inches high, 150 RGB white, and then the title is going to be 1-point design. And then space, last name, first name, P, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 14 by 12, 150 RGB. Make sure it's in inches, background white. Go ahead and hit create. Okay, so what we're going to do the exact same thing that we did with the 1-point boxes. You need to get your rulers out. So you can go to view and get rulers, or just Command R puts them out. Also, let's see, we need to get your guides. So Command semicolon. Oh, you know what? Not yet. We had to actually draw them first. Okay, forget about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a new layer. And since this is 14 inches wide, we're going to go ahead and bring this over. It should snap right in. Make sure that you probably have snap turned on, so you should be good. Okay, and we have, let's see, 12 inches, so it's going to be snapping in at the center at 6. Okay, and now we're going to draw our vanishing point. Okay, so go ahead, make sure you have black as your foreground, hit the D key, get a brush, and select a hard round brush. Okay, and bring that down, hit enter. Let's bring it down to maybe size 20 would be good. So let's just, so zoom in to your center so you know where you're going, and you're going to just put this on your center there. Okay, and then you can shrink it down. We're going to do the exact same thing as you did last time with your 1-point box. So we're going to go ahead and get your rectangle tool. Okay, and you want to make sure that you have no fill, and your stroke, you want it to be black, and you want it to be 5-point. Okay, and then you want to make sure that you have shape up here. Also make sure that your line is solid. Okay, hit enter to get out of that. You're going to draw your box just like we did last time. Hold down Shift or Option depending on what version you're on. And I'm going to go ahead and hit enter, and oh gosh, let's see. I'm going to actually right click because I want to move that square. I'm not happy trying to get you guys to do the right thing, and then I messed up. Okay, so hopefully you have a perfect square, and we want to put it like right around there. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're just going to do just like what we did last time. You're going to draw your orthogonal lines to your vanishing point. So go ahead and make your, let's see, I think we want it down to size 10, I think. Let's see what size 10 looks like. So go ahead and click, and then hold down your shift key and click. Same thing, click on the corner, hold down shift, same thing. This is a size 10 brush, by the way. Where did I go? Okay, and then keep making sure you go there. Okay, and then you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to draw your line. I messed up a little bit. Let me do it again. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, you're going to draw, hold down your shift key so you have a, I keep messing up. Start over. Okay, and then hold down your shift key to get a horizontal line as well. Okay, and then bring that back. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and color them in just like we did last time. So we're going to go ahead and get your gradient selected. So, okay, get a middle color. And I'm just going to do, let's see, I'll do blue this time. So a black, color white, hit OK. I'm going to take my magic wand. I'm going to select my box, going to take my gradient, make sure I'm on linear, and we want to have white on the left-hand side, so I'm going to hit reverse. Okay, and then I'm going to draw my line. Okay, and then Command D, and then take my magic wand over here, go back to my gradient, draw my line from the bottom up to the top. Okay, Command D, and then I'm going to go over here to my diamond, take my magic wand, select my box, go back to my gradient, go to my middle, and draw out to the corner. Okay, Command D. Okay, now this time you're going to color these two in. So when we were doing this with our 1-point boxes, we didn't color it in, but today we're going to color it in. So go ahead and let's go ahead and get a different color for your middle. So you can change it to something very different or something similar. It doesn't really matter. I'll just do yellow. Okay, and then I'll go ahead, grab my magic wand, select my section, grab my gradient. Remember to go back to the linear gradient, and I'm going to just draw my line. Command D, take my magic wand, select that one, do the same thing, grab my gradient. Okay, Command D. Okay, so now I have that to start with. So now we can turn off. Well, actually, let's just go ahead and I wonder if we want to, I guess we can just Command E, just bring that down. Okay, so we only want one layer here. You can turn off your blue lines now, your guidelines. So just Command semicolon should get rid of them. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to be using a point of reference point, or the reference point or point of origin. Okay, and if you are in the 2018 version and you're on the classroom computer, then when you do Command T, which do it now, Command T, you are going to see in your Command T, in your transform tool, you have a point of origin here, which is what we've always had in Photoshop up until 2019. When they upgraded the Photoshop and they made changes, they took out that point of origin because people would constantly accidentally grab it and then things would happen. So they took it out. But I found out that we can still get it, but we have to actually, so if you're in the 2019 version, then you have to actually go over here and get it. Okay. So we're going to go over here to Photoshop. Actually, let's see. You know what? I need to actually hit enter first. So let me hit enter. Okay. We're going to go up to Photoshop, come down to preferences. So if you are using 2018, you don't have to do this. If you're using 2019, you need to follow me. So preferences, come down here to tools, and then we want to check this. So we want our reference point to show. So we want to check it here, okay, and then hit OK. So now when we do Command T, now you see that we see it, okay? So I want you to take that point of origin or point of reference point, and I want you to bring it down to the corner, right at the corner of the box, okay? And what I want you to do is we are going to move this 30 degrees, but instead of moving it, we're just going to come up here and we're going to type in 30, okay? After we do that, we're going to either hit the check mark or enter. Okay. Oh, wait. Check mark. Okay. So now we got that set. So now what we can do is we can do a shortcut. And if we hold down all the right keys, we can literally get it to like revolve around that point of origin or that vanishing point. Okay. So follow me. I want you guys to not use the mouse at all. You're going to use your two hands and you're going to hold down Shift, Option, Command, and you're going to press the T key. So I'm going to hold down Shift, Option, Command, and I'm going to press T. Every time I press the T button, it draws it in a radial design for me. So I'm holding down Shift, Option, Command, and then I press the T, and I press the T, and it makes that design, which is super cool and so fun. So if you guys didn't get that, rewind this video again and just make sure that you have it set up. You have to have it set up at the beginning in order for that to work, okay? So now you see that we have all of these. So number one, you need to have 12 boxes going around, okay? So it makes a 12-point star or a 12-point design. So what I want you to do now is this is, it's bleeding off the side. So we want to make sure that we have the full design. So I want you to come over here, select your top layer, and then hold down the Shift key and select the bottom one. Don't grab your background. And then I want you to right click and go to Link Layers. Okay, when you link your layers, now I want you to Command T, and I want you to hold down Shift or hold down Option, depending on what version you're in, and then bring down your design so it's on the paper. Okay, so something like that. Okay, and then enter or check mark. Okay, once you have that, now I want you to right click and I want you to merge visible. Oh no, I don't want that on your background. Hold on, let me undo that. I want you to right click. I want you to merge layers. Okay, so merge layers, don't do merge visible. Okay, so now it's on its own layer. If I turn off my background, it's like that. Okay, so now what I want you to do is we are going to go ahead and duplicate this 2 more times. Okay, so remember, this is just the design. It does not have a white background. Okay, it's just the design, but it looks like it has a white background because it's on top of it. Okay, so what I want you to do is Command J 2 more times. Okay, and then you are going to take this bottom one here and you're going to Command T, and you are going, let me make sure that I'm doing this right. You know what? Actually, I'm going to hit the enter or check mark. I actually want you to take this middle one and I want you to bring it down. Okay, now we can do Command T and it should show up. Hold down Shift if you're using 2018, hold down Option if you're using 2019. And I want you to make it bigger. Okay, it can be cropped off the edge if you want. And then you can rotate it. So you can rotate it so it's like however you want it to be, depending on what you like. You can try that, something like that. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter or the check mark. Okay, and then my middle one is that one there. And then the top one, this one here, I'm going to make it smaller. So now I want to Command T, and I'm going to hold down Shift if I'm in 2018. I'm going to hold down Option if I'm 2019. I'm going to make it smaller. You guys can decide how small you want it to go. Like, do you want it to go like that small, which is sort of cool, or do you want it out here? Maybe I'll make it super small so that way you guys can sort of see that. Okay, and then I'm going to do the check mark or enter. So at this point, we have 3 different layers. Okay, we have our bottom layer. So we can either call this bottom, or we could call it, we could either say large or bottom, or whatever you want to label it. This is for you to know, so I'm just going to say large. That way I know that that's the biggest one. And then this middle one is the medium size one, so I'm just going to say medium. And if you want to say middle, whatever, I would say either say medium or middle. And then the top one, I know this is my smallest one because I can see it. I'm going to say small, but you can also say top. Sometimes you move them around, so sometimes the top becomes the middle. So I like to just describe them by the size. Okay, so small, medium, and large. Okay, so now at this point, if you guys want, you could come to your background and then come down here and make a new layer. And I do want to talk about layers, new layers. I see a lot of you coming up here and going to Window, New Layer. It's easier just to come down here and make a new layer because it doesn't make you title it. So just come down here and make a new layer, and then it looks like that, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and I see that there's a little bit of yellow in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill it with like maybe a dark yellow, might look nice, but you can make it black or whatever color you're wanting. I just want to get something down just to sort of take that white background off. So I'm just going to do Option Delete, fill that. Okay, and now I'm going to keep going. You could literally put black on here too, but sometimes it's hard to see the design when you have black here. Okay, so now I'm on my large design here. So I'm going to come back to this one, and after I do medium and small. So I'm going to come up to my medium first, and I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to first, I'm going to right click on my medium. I'm going to go to my blending options. Okay, and we'll just start with just looking at styles because they're already sort of done for you. So you can grab a style, and you can put style on here. There's like, I know these don't look like anything in here, but they actually have something very subtle. And I know it's hard to see, but you could go through all those options too. They're sort of neat. And just sort of scroll through, see what you like. There's lots and lots of different things. Just going to do something easy so that you guys can see it. All of these down here sort of are like have like luminosity so you can see through them. They always look really pretty. I mean, there's so many different options, honestly. I think I'm going to go with that blue. Let's see, what is this one here? Gosh, okay, I'll go back to this one, okay? And then I am going to, let's see, I guess that's it. Now, I also want to mention that when you pick a style over here, you can still come over here and play with this stuff. So if you see that you have a color overlay and you want it to look different, you can double click on that. Right now it's set to normal, but I could change it to, let's see, is it going to, yeah, it's going to, I could change it, right? So make it look a little different. So you can play around when you go to styles. There's still a lot that you can even. So I put that style on, and I still can come over here and play around with that. Okay, so I'm going to hit OK now. Okay, so right now I have my medium, and my medium design looks like that. Okay, now this is still set to normal, so I could come up here and change that. I could start scrolling through and see what. So that's what normal looks like. So I can start coming through and see if I like anything else that's better. And really what I want you to do is just to get to know the blending modes and what they do. So if you haven't noticed yet, all of these options here are going to make it lighter for you. And then all of these options here make it darker for you. Okay, so all of those make it darker. All of these make it lighter. And then all of these are sort of just like a piece of like tracing paper on top with, either vivid or linear or pin. And so they have lots of like amazing options here for you. So I'm going to do hard mix just because it's sort of fun right there. Okay, and now I'm going to come up to small, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to right click and go to blending options. Now, I showed you styles, so I'm not going to go back and do styles again because that's easy. You can come through the styles and pick something out. You can pick another style if you want. But instead of doing styles, I'm just going to talk to you about all of these blending options. So a lot of you guys lose your blending options when you pick a style. So if you all of a sudden come back here and you're like, wait a minute, where did outer glow go? Or where did this go? Come back down here to FX and then go show all effects. Okay, so now I have all of them back. So I'm just going to go to a gradient overlay because that's going to be the easiest one for me to show for this video. So I'm going to go to my gradient overlay. I'm going to click on it again. And right now I got this color overlay here. It's set to multiply. So let's see what happens if I choose something different. These are, where was one that I was looking at? I wonder what that one would look like. Okay, so go ahead and go through all of them, right? And then what I want you to do then is come here and number one, that's set. Maybe you know what, I'm going to have to find something different because it's going to be hard for you guys to see anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this colorful one so you guys can actually see what happens. Right now it's set to multiply. If I go to multiply, let's see, you know what, let me see, what is the, opacity. Let me bring the opacity up so you guys can see. So now the opacity is showing. So now it's going to be easier for you guys to see. Linear, radial, angle. Okay, so they're changing, right? Reflect it. And they're all looking amazing. Diamond, I mean, all of them look gorgeous. So you guys can decide which one you like. So it's going to be hard for me to pick. I don't want to be here forever. So either radial or diamond is what I'm looking at. I'm sort of liking diamond right now. Okay, and then let's see what else. I can go ahead, move it up like that, right? I can bring the scale up. I can bring it down. So it looks so different, right? When I move the scale up and down. So I just want you to have fun, get to know them. It's going to be hard for me to decide. Maybe I'll just do something like that and then hit OK. And now I have this set to normal. What happens if I start going through? I might have to go back and make some changes. You know what? I'm going to go back. I'm going to actually go back. So I don't think this red's going to work for me. So I'm going to come back here. Whenever you want to make a change, you just come back to your blending option. You go to it and you double click. And so I can actually change the multiply to maybe something different. Maybe overlay will be easier for you guys to see what happens. What about linear light? Oh gosh. Pin light? No. Vivid light? No. Hard light? Let's see. Color dodge. Okay, I think I'll just have to do, sometimes I like the luminosity. Okay, I think I'll just do color for now, okay? Okay, so now I'm going to come up here and then maybe they'll be able to have more options now. If it gets too dark, it's hard to make options. So you guys get the idea, right? You're just going, oh, that was sort of cool. Getting the idea. Oh gosh, you know what? I think I'm going to come back up here again. I'm sorry, but I feel like I'm going to have to come up to do overlay. Keep it all in the blues. Okay, so then hit OK. And now come here and see what I can do. It's really like you just sort of have to like get to learn, making adjustments all the time. So I think I'm liking these in here. Maybe lighter color or lighten. So I think I'm going to do that one. Okay. And literally you can continue doing this forever. I mean, they're all so fun to do. And just get to know, every time you come back, like I literally could come here and now once I have that one, I could come here and literally make some more changes. Let me go ahead and click that. So I have it on hard mix, but I want to show you after you get something else on top of it, then you can scroll around and still find some more different things. I'm going to do difference now. Okay. And then my bottom one is still set to normal. And because I have a color on top of it, well, first thing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put an outer glow on it just because it's going to be easy for you to see. So I'm going to come over here, do an outer glow. And you guys can decide what kind of outer glow you want. You can literally put a color on it if you want. And depending on your background, right, it's going to be dependent on your background. So I think maybe I'll do maybe. Okay, and then the screen might not work because my background isn't that dark. So maybe you can change this. If you have black, then you want to do lighten or screen. If you have something else in the background, you could go through all these, okay? So I'm just going to keep it like that. And then I also wanted to show you if I make this black, if I hit the D key and then make that black, I want you to see what happens. Looks like that, okay? So the background does have a big impact on your design. Okay, so now I want to show you, there's still options. So you have this black background, right? Oh, and then, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make some changes here and then I'm going to come up here and change the blending mode. So you have this right here. So I literally could just come here and I could right click and I could go to blending options. And even though it's black, I could just come over here, do a color overlay, and I could start clicking on, let's see. If I go here, I'm just trying to show you now, blend mode, what do we want? Why is this not showing up? Okay, so I guess if you have black, then I guess you have to do lighten or screen if you're going to do a color. Okay, so anyway, I wanted to show you, you can, once you got your color showing up, then you can start playing around with colors and seeing what different colors look like on your background. So maybe you can like look and do I want to go purples? Do I want to go yellows? Do I want to go greens? Okay, so you can play around with that. And remember, let's see that. Don't like. Maybe I'm going to do that red that's in there. Okay, and then so that color overlay is set to lighten, and I could bring the opacity down. I could do something like that, so you can play around with that. And that is on a black square. I know it's confusing because you look at it, you're like, well, it doesn't look black at all. If I turn that off, then it's back to black again. Okay. Another way of getting something on your background is keeping this black layer here, but then going down to your adjustment layer, and I'll just go ahead and do a gradient. And I could literally do something like this black stripes here. I could go over here, hit OK. I could go to radial. Okay, and it's not going to show up right now. So I wonder what, oh, you know what? It's probably not going to show up. Let me hit OK. Let me put this on down here. And then let me put this on and see if I have it. Oh, why is it not showing up? Let's see. Now it's not showing up. I thought, well, maybe I have to set it to screen. Will it show up? No. That's odd. Oh, gosh. Oh, you know what? It did make a change, didn't it? But it's only inside. Well, I'm not too happy about that. It's not really doing what I wanted it to do. What if I put, let's see, what if I have, this has a clipping mask. Let's see what happens. Create clipping mask. And that's clipped to the white one down here. But it's still not doing, oh, maybe it's too small. Let's see, maybe if I come here. This is really strange. And let's see if I do diamond. Trying to get it to show up. That's odd. And then let me come up here. Oh, what's going on? Let's see. Oh, maybe, let's see. This is strange. It's not showing up. Oh boy. Well, that's not very good. I don't know why it's causing that. Oh well, darn it. Okay, I'll have to spend more time on this because I just did it actually with this one here. So that's why it's like, what's happening? So I had that one on top. Maybe if I just have a yellow, let me just see, come back here to this again. Maybe I don't want to have a color with an effect on it. Maybe I just want to make a new layer on top of that, undo my clipping mask. Let's see if I can just do this real quick. And then maybe just throw yellow on there just so I can sort of see why it's causing problems. Option delete. And I'm still not able to get that to show up. Create clipping mask. What is happening? Why is it acting like this? It's not showing up. Maybe if I come up here. Oh, now something's showing up. My God, that took me forever. Okay, so I think now what I'm finding is that this is quite large. So maybe I need to bring that scale down. It's sort of hard to see what you're doing when you can't see your design, right? So now if I make it radial, what's it going to look like? That. That looks sort of crazy. What about diamond? No, it's not showing up. Reflect it. So, gosh. Well, that's not what I wanted to show you, so I'm not liking that very much. It's sort of interesting, but it's not bad. Well, okay, you guys get the idea. So I don't know how I feel about that, but just wanted to show you that you can come down here to your adjustment layer and do cool things. That was not what I was wanting to do with you guys. So that's not bad. Hit OK, and then maybe do radial here. Let's see what that looks like. Then you're going to need to scale that up. Okay, so that's definitely working better. Okay, so sorry about that. I was struggling with that gradient. So you can see that even though I've been doing it forever, I still come into problems as well. But, and then if I turn this one on, is making any change. So you can see that all of them do affect each other, okay? So now when I come up here to this one just is set to normal. So I can come here, start going through them, and you can see it changes because I have something underneath it, right? So because I have color effects underneath it, I can still create some really cool designs, right? So you literally can just continue exploring forever. Like I could literally be here like so long doing this because everything I just want to keep learning, getting to know Photoshop better. So I literally spend way too long, but I just think it's so really cool, right? So I'm just going to keep it like that. And I want you to know that because I have these effects down here, I can go to this blend mode and find some cool things. If I turn that one off, turn that one on, oh gosh, that looks crazy. I would have to bring that opacity way down if I'm going to do that. But that's sort of fun too. So you know what? Even though you think that you have a mistake, you can always turn it around and do something cool with it. It's just playing around with things, right? So I just want to make sure that you understand that you have to have your 3 layers. And if I turn off my small, it looks like that. If I turn off my medium, it looks like that. If I turn off my large, it looks like that. So all 3 layers have different blend modes. They all have either a style or a blending option. And then I went ahead and played with adjustment layers as well. So anyway, I just want you to have fun. Most important thing is I want you to have fun with it and get to know your, so right up here is all of these are your blend modes, okay? And then when you right click on your layer, that's your blending option. And then when you come down here, that's your adjustment layer. So keep exploring, keep experimenting. All of this is going to help you when we get to making movie posters and DVD covers. And if you can get to know your blend modes really well, then it's going to be, you're going to be able to do some really cool things later on, okay? Plus, like I said, this is all going to be on your final at the end of the year, okay? If you guys don't want your rulers on, you can turn them off, Command R. But make sure that you have it saved correctly. So you're going to File, Save As. So save it as a 1-point design, space, last name, first name, P123456. Save it, hit save, and then you're going to go ahead and export. File and export. Okay, quick export, same thing. Make sure you give me your PNG. You're going to save it, hit save. And oh gosh, let's see, I probably already have one, so I'll just go ahead and hit cancel. Okay, and then you can see that I've made a ton of them, so every single one is completely different. I was just really having fun with doing some cool effects. So the more you have to play with, the more that you can do different options, and it's super fun. And hopefully you enjoyed using the point of reference point and getting to know that. And at the end of the project, if you feel that you want to go back and turn off your point of reference, you can come back and turn it off again, because people do end up accidentally hitting it. So you can just go ahead and turn it off. You don't need it anymore after you make your design. So, but if you want to make more, keep it on and have fun exploring and making more designs. Okay. Okay. So I think that's it. So I will see you guys back at school, and thanks for watching, and see you soon.